Bubba Wallace had one of the 3 fastest cars at Iowa. He was leading the race. He was beating everybody off the corner. And then, in about 4 seconds, the whole day fell apart. It was not the engine. It was not a crash. It was not a bad call from the crew chief. It was a mistake that almost nobody in the grandstands could see. And 2 days later, the man who made it went on a podcast, sat down in front of a microphone, and told the world exactly what he did. Let us start at the beginning, because this weekend was rough from the start. Saturday was qualifying day at Iowa Speedway. Bubba Wallace was terrible. He put the number 23 car in 26th. 26th on a track only 7/8 of a mile long. That is a bad place to start. Reporters asked him about the new caution rules package. Wallace was in no mood to talk about rules. "Cool," Wallace said. "I don't care. I mean, if it's going to have everybody just sitting around talking about it." Then he stopped himself and said what he was really thinking. "I don't know. I'm so fucking pissed off at qualifying. I don't even know what you're asking me." Sorry. That was Saturday. Sunday was going to be different. The green flag dropped on the Iowa Corn 350. Wallace started 26th and went straight to work. He hugged the white line at the bottom of the track. He got to the throttle before almost everybody else on corner exit. Car after car went by the window. By the back half of Stage 2, he was not just in the top 10, he was leading the race. Bubba Wallace led 32 laps in a car that had no business starting where it started. Then Carson Hocevar spun. The caution came out. Every lead lap car dove for pit road. This is where races are won and lost, and the number 23 Hardee's Toyota was in perfect shape. The crew took 4 tires while other cars took 2. The plan was simple. Come off pit road around 10th, then drive back to the front. That is not what happened. Wallace came off pit road last. Then NASCAR called him for speeding. He was sent to the tail end of the field. He drove back up and finished 12th, but he never sniffed the top 10 again. So what actually happened? His spotter is Freddie Kraft. Kraft also hosts a podcast called Door Bumper Clear. On the show, he did not want to talk about Iowa at all, and then he said it. "I mean, you know how much I fed up," Kraft said. "I made the biggest fed up I've had in a long time." He missed the light change on pit road entry. Then he took the blame. "Missed the light. No, I just missed a light change. Yeah, it was all me. I mean, not all me maybe, but 95% me." That is a spotter putting his own name on the worst moment of his team's week. Now here is the part most fans never think about. Being a spotter looks easy. Stand on the roof. Say clear. Kraft walked through everything that was going on in his headset at the exact same second. First job. Do not let Bubba beat the pace car to the line. That is a penalty all by itself. And Wallace was leading, so he was right on the pace car's bumper. Second job. Find the number 33 car of Austin Hill. Hill pits in front of Wallace. So Kraft calls Wallace into the box, then switches to Channel 2 and calls the 33 into the box for crew chief Charles DeNike. So DeNike knows that car is coming around. 2 calls. 1 mouth. A few seconds. I just fucked up. I was so worried about not passing the pace car because you're leading, something like just got to keep reminding him, don't beat the pace car to the line. That's a penalty, Kraft said. So I'm like, don't beat the pace car. Don't beat the pace car. And we were right in the perfect storm where the 33 had to come around us. Pit road awareness is the thing he is proudest of. And it f***ing drives me crazy because it's like one of the things I pride myself on is awareness on pit road and where to don't get too far left. This guy's going to turn in front of you, or whatever. Then he laid out the last few seconds, so I'm f***ing focused on making sure Bubba doesn't pass the pace car. He was close. I'm like, don't pass the pace car. I'm yelling at him at the line. So then as soon as he gets to the line, I'm like, all right, we're good there. Let me find the 33. And as I found the 33, I call 10 away. I start calling, and he starts talking. I can't hear him because Charles was calling him out of the box. And then I realized I missed that first light change looking for the 33. 1 missed light. That is the whole thing. But the damage did not stop there. This is the ugly part. Pit box selection is set by qualifying. Bubba qualified 26th. So the number 23 team had a bad pit stall all day long. All race, Wallace had to stay in front of Noah Gragson, whose stall sat directly behind his. Wallace had done it, every single stop. The penalty broke all of that. I mean, it killed our day. We were first, we were leading. 2, well, we were going to come out because the guys did 2, we did 4. We were going to come out, 10th, Kraft said. We came out last. Obviously, they penalized us. Bubba drives back to 15th. But the problem was, it put us in a bad spot on pit road where we had to come around the number 4 because the number 4 was running well. Then the 33 came around that. So we went from 15th right back to 25th because we were blocked in. 15th to 25th without touching another car. Then Kraft said the line that tells you everything about 23XI racing this season. So it just destroyed our day. I mean, we've fed up all year, and it's just my turn to F up this week, I guess. That is a spotter saying the quiet part out loud. The speed is there. The execution is not. And this is where it gets scary, because the calendar is running out. 3 races are left in the regular season. Wallace sits 14th in the standings. He is above the cut line, and after Iowa, he actually gained 8 points on it. On paper, he is fine. On paper. Wallace has been an up-and-down driver all summer. Over one recent 8-race stretch, he had 4 finishes of 6th or better and 4 finishes of 21st or worse. Great day, terrible day, over and over. His crew chief knows it. It's such a fine line week in and week out on the level of competitiveness in this series, Charles DeNike said. You can't make mistakes. The main focus is trying to control everything that we can control to not have setbacks that you then have to fight through. Then DeNike said the exact thing that Iowa proved. It's a lot easier when the weekend is more straightforward. You feel like you have confidence you can run in the top 5 and top 10. You just need to execute a clean weekend. Iowa was not a clean weekend. Iowa was a top 3 car that finished 12th. Richmond is next. Then 2 more. Points matter, but seeding matters too, because every spot inside the top 10 in the standings is worth playoff points once the chase starts. Bubba Wallace just left roughly 10 spots on the table at a track where he was one of the fastest cars in the field. The good news is the car was fast. From 26 to the lead is not luck. The bad news is that the number 23 team has now found a brand new way to lose a race. Bad qualifying, bad pit stall, missed light, boxed in, all of it stacked on top of one another. Freddie Kraft did the hard thing. He put his hand up in public, on his own show, with his own name on it, and said it was his fault. So here is the question. Is Freddie Kraft being too hard on himself, or does 23XI have a real execution problem heading into the chase? Here is the thing about mistakes like this one. They do not show up in the box score. Look at the results sheet and all you see is a 12th place finish. That looks fine. That looks like an average day. Nobody scrolling past it would guess that the number 23 car was the class of the field for a big chunk of that afternoon. The stat sheet will never tell you that Bubba Wallace passed 20 cars in traffic, took the lead, and then lost all of it while sitting still on pit road. That is why Freddie Kraft sounded the way he did on the podcast. He knows exactly how rare a car that good is, and he knows he only gets so many chances to make one count.